We are heading north for our first camping adventure of 2026. We finally carved out a little bit of time and great weather. Freya's totally excited. She knows what's going on. So come along with me and Freya for a little weekend getaway. I love this green. Freya, relax. She's excited. Relax. Get on your side. Oh, they're leaving. They need to get on their side of the road. I've made this mistake before. Don't turn there. But that right there is Promised Land Lake. And our site is right on the water. Going to Pickerel Point. Which is between these two very ancient pillars. Shh, Freya. There's one of the bathhouses. There's every so often there's a bathhouse. like it, Freya? Sit. Wait till I say. Don't you move a muscle till I say. And then we look both ways. Make sure there's no cars coming. Okay. Good girl. This way. Yeah. 137, this is it. Ooh. I don't know if I'm going to put my kayak out there. Wait, Freya, come up here. I guess I could put my kayak in there. Let's... This is nobody's site right here. It's part of the campground property. It's not their site actually. But I don't know if this would be a good spot to put the kayak in either because of all the rocks. There's another place I can put the kayak in right there. I'll show you. We'll walk over. I can drive. But it's windy today. I'm not going to put the boat out in all this wind. But there. Let's go look at the rest of the site. This is pretty great. This hook is very useful for holding your dog, but it's not meant for that. It's meant because no, not this one, because it is an active bear area and you're supposed to not keep your food in your tent. But we're gonna be sleeping in my van. So we're at site 137 here, and if I brought my tent, that would be the perfect place to put it. This is the site 138. This is the site we had the last time we were here, and we parked the van right there. But oh my goodness, this is where the van is now, and there's our view here. Here's our view from inside the van. Freya's mad at me because I left her alone. I'm going to take the kayak out for right now so it's not in my way. But I can drive around this circle again. Because it's a one-way, so I have to go in the other direction from what I'm walking right now. But down here, the water level is really high. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how high the water is. Look how little the beach is. But there's the swimming beach. Wow. And over here, I can park the van right where those people are parked. It's much less windy over here. I'm sure as the sun goes down, the wind will die down too. But we can park here and put the kayak in right here. We'll do that tomorrow morning. And I'm only here for one night. And I'm actually much later in the day arriving. Look at that flag. See, it's pretty windy right now. It wasn't supposed to be windy. It was supposed to be 9 miles an hour wind. I actually did check that. Is that 9 miles an hour wind? I thought 9 miles would be light. Wow. Someone's gonna have a big campfire. This is a nice site. Site 140. These are strawberries. Real strawberries, I think. I think these are real strawberries. This is a nice site, Site 140. Oh, come here. Sorry. Silly girl. And there's the site we were just walking on, 140. And this one here is 141. And Freya. And here's where you park. So look at this. Ribbit. Isn't that awesome? Thank you, whoever did that and put that there. I love that. I'm gonna put it there. That was very cool. Oh, that guy must be catching stuff. But there's the van right there. See? We're at the very end of the point. And it's a peninsula. There's water on both sides. And a lot of these trees came down in a storm that we had over the winter. Not this winter. Last fall. They came down last fall when I was here. They had just been falling down. But look at that. Isn't it funny how the storm knocks half the trees down and half the trees are still there? Oh, this is going to be good. I need to get some more of those. But see, that's a better place for me to park my van to sleep in it. And look how level it is. I think I really just need to relax. I don't really want to fight to go kayaking in the wind. Let's just relax. Alright, I took my kayak out just temporarily. And it gives us more space in here. And I have a chair for myself to sit in, and I brought this. I know Freya doesn't like to sit on these rocks, so here, Freya. You want to try laying on this? There. You want to be on there? She will when I sit down. Lay down before it blows away. starter that I make with dryer lint. So I'm hoping that the wind dies down so we can sit outside, because it's a little too windy even to try to start a fire. But we have a perfect view for sunset. And I think we're going to eat inside the van because we have a perfect view from up there. And I almost forgot to show you what we're having. I love blue cheese and honey. So we're having some blue cheese and honey and some extra sharp white cheddar. And this is some grilled chicken that I bought already made. Some provolone and Italian salami, an olive mix, and a soda. Oh, we were a little cold last night. I have candles that kept the temperature somewhat comfortable. But again, I don't like the cold. And right now, I think it's 42 degrees out, which I know is not cold to some people. But to me, it's very cold. We didn't have a fire last night because it was just so absolutely windy. But we had a nice, quiet time. And today we're going to do some fun stuff. The sun feels good. And the wind seems to have stopped. So maybe we can get the kayak out. And you know that we're going to do Little Falls Trail before we go home today. If there's no one in there, I'll show you what it looks like inside. Oh, and here's another rock. I wonder if it's got something written on the other side. Or if it was the same person. But you can get maps for hiking here and everything. There's another one. Is that a sports team? What is that? I don't know. Oh, there's a fly on the other side of it. Freya doesn't want to come in because the toilets in here flush all by themselves, and that freaks her out. And the fans turn on when somebody walks in. But it's a regular there are other bathhouses. There are 2 other bathhouses, I think, on the point here that have showers. Up here they have a place there's no garbage cans. You have to, everything is carry in, carry out. There's a garbage can at the beginning of the campground road, a dumpster area for you to leave your trash. And these are by our campsite too. I'll show you. I think that these are lilies of the valley. The ones by our campsite have little flowers starting. I'll show you. But I think that's what they are. It's supposed to warm up. I'm gonna wait till it warms up a little bit and then think about putting the kayak on the water. But there's my van right there. Oh yeah, that's my van right there. I gotta go get a bag because she just pooped. Alright, while I wait for the sun to warm things up, I'm gonna build a fire. That robin's basking in the sun too. There's a yellow warbler singing right there in the tree. Well, I got my fire started, so it won't be hard to start a fire, but the wind is still just too much. So instead of taking a morning kayak and an afternoon hike, I think I'm going to take a morning hike and an afternoon kayak. Because it's a pretty day. Oh, and here's the lilies of the valley. And I think that they are lilies of the valley because see? And Freya's bored and wants to do something. I'm not going to sit at the table over there in the shade, and it's still pretty windy, so I put my folding chair next to the van. I put my heavy sweater on too, and I'm just going to have a simple breakfast. I got OJ, and I'm drinking it right out of the bottle because I don't have a cup. I don't have an extra cup for the OJ, and some strawberries, and then we'll go for a hike. It's warming up. I'm a baby when it comes to cold. And you can't ask for a more beautiful day. If the wind would just stop, it would be. And it's supposed to be 70 degrees today, 68 degrees today. So it's gonna get warmer. But this is what we're dealing with for now. I am having quite a quandary about putting my kayak in, because I really wanted to go kayaking. But it is ridiculously windy. Actually, people are leaving early. I'm only meant to be here one night, but people are leaving early because of the wind. Which I don't know if I would leave if I wasn't supposed to leave today. But there's a lull right now. If it stays like this, I'll put my kayak in after we walk at Little Falls Trail. But right now, and I'm gonna put my kayak in the van to go over to Little Falls Trail because I'm not gonna leave it here on the site. I'm pretty sure no one would steal it, but if it did get stolen, then I would be mad that I left it here, so I'm not going to do that. But it is way windy. We cannot put the kayak on the water, unfortunately. I made the administrative decision to pack up our stuff. Now we can come back here until 3 o'clock today. So if I want to come back and have a fire before I go home and eat my lunch here, I can do that. But it is still very windy, so I'm definitely not going to be putting the kayak on the lake, probably. So that's kayak attempt number 2 so far, 2026 season. That's gone bust. But we're heading over to Little Falls Trail right now, and it's 11 minutes away, and we're gonna have the most amazing walk, aren't we? Uh-oh, she sees people. But Little Falls Trail is 11 minutes away, and we're gonna have an amazing hike, so stay tuned. I think this house has showers. And here's where you bring your garbage at the end of your trip to these dumpsters. We're on our way right now to Little Falls Trail.
At the stop sign, turn right to stay on Pickerel Point Road.
And we do have the most amazing hike at Little Falls Trail, and I can't wait to share it with you. So be sure you're subscribed. Please give this episode a like. And until our next adventure, bye for now.